Coming in at number 10, up from 18, another impressive jump. It is Up Where We Belong from the motion picture An Office and a Gentleman. This took another video of more movie clips. The song reached number 1, of course, Billboard Hot 100. Oh, we go. Okay. February 21st, 1982. Joe Cocker performed I'm So Glad I'm Standing Here Today with Jazz Script The Crusaders at the Grammy Awards. Their collaboration on the song for a Crusaders album had earned a nomination for that year in that category of Best Inspirational Performance. Singer-songwriter Jennifer Warren saw the show from home. She had been a fan of Cocker since her teens and was one time a poster of him on a wall showing him performing at Woodstock. You know, that crazy-ass thing at Woodstock that John Belushi mimicked on Saturday Night Live. That one. And the love for the singer was still evident on that night many years later. I was so moved, I was hollering out with loud joy, jumping up and down. After a difficult battle with drugs and alcohol, Joe was in total command once again. And I knew in that moment I would sing with Joe. Meanwhile, plans were being made for An Officer and a Gentleman to be distributed by Paramount Pictures, and studio executive Frank Mancuso was insistent upon having some kind of music to use to promote the film. The director of the film, Taylor Hackford, was also interested in producing an original song to help market it, but there was no remaining budget for such a recording. He proceeded with the idea anyway, working with Joe Sill, who was head of music at Paramount at the time, without saying anything else to the studio, knowing that they were doing so. The director consulted his friend Gary George and selected the recording artist for the song. George, the former head of publicity at Warner Brothers Records, had recently become a manager and suggested Warren's, who was a client of his. Of the 6 songs that Warren placed in the top half of the Billboard Hot 100 at that point, number 6 was Right Time of the Night. Their soundtrack credits include the Oscar-nominated song One More Hour from Ragtime and the Oscar-winning It Goes Like It Goes from Norma Rae, which, like the Hackford film, also had a lead female character who worked in a factory. Hackford initially rejected the idea of Warren singing a song for An Officer and a Gentleman because she felt she had too sweet a sound, but Lawrence went with Sill and discussed the possibility of doing so. I suggested to Joel that I sing on this film with a duet with Joe Cocker. Sill thought was an interesting ideal, but needed to convince Hackford of that. He said that I discussed with Taylor, since the film centered around Richard Gere and Deborah Winger, primarily that maybe there should be a duet. And with that, Cocker and Warren said they would have matching the characters to some degree. The dynamics between the two was soft and the rough, and Deborah's character Winger was very soft and was the soft and the rough. To some degree, Deborah Winger's character was very, very soft in the picture, even though she was in a rough environment. And Richard Hugh's character, to some degree, was really a tough, rough character until he was softened up by her. Hackford thought the idea had potential, and now another friend in the music industry had asked for a favor. Chris Blackwell was the owner of Island Records, and Cocker was now recording for Island. I called Chris and I said, I want to do this, and he just said on the phone, okay, I'll make this happen. What would initially conceive Cocker to work on the project, however, was a small portion of the lyrics. He described it as the up part, in which he made me realize that it had potential. It was so unusual that love lift us up where we belong. Here's the song, up from 18 to 10. Joe Cocker, Jennifer Warren's Up Where We Belong.